Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So, who wants war? Who wants peace in Ukraine? I have a few articles here. I'm going to read their headlines, and you be the judge. You be the judge on that. Obviously, I will put my own assessment into this, obviously, but I will read them for you, and then we'll see. All right. So let's start with the first one. Ukraińska Pravda. This is from Sunday, the 30th of March. Baltic states concerned over potential ceasefire in Ukraine, Financial Times says. Baltic states are Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, total population 6.1 million people. Defense ministers from the Baltic states have warned that a ceasefire in Ukraine would significantly increase the security threat to the region. So that if peace increases the security, that means war will decrease. The same thing from the Russians. Baltic states fear Ukraine ceasefire. Financial Times. All right, next one. Russia Today. European Union to reject Russia-US Black Sea deal. So these guys made a deal, and the European Union, unelected official, they are going to reject it. First, you haven't been asked, and if you reject it, so you want the deal to continue to be a war over there? Remember, the Black Sea deal was a 30-day ceasefire. They reject it. Okay, let's move to the next one. Sputnik. United Kingdom and France unable to accept defeat in Ukraine. Yeah, you can say, well, this is according to Sputnik, but their actions prove that. They want an alliance of the willing. They want to insert themselves into the equation through the back door. France and Britain's efforts to escalate the Ukrainian conflict stem from them being, and I'm quoting, worried about their relevance and refusing to accept that the conflict is lost. Former British MP Matthew Gordon Banks tells Sputnik. Next one. Ukraińska Pravda. Zelenskyy. We expect serious reaction from United States and Europe to massive drone attacks every night. They had massive drone attacks every night since the beginning of the war. So what's new? So we expect serious reactions. Why? It's your country. I'm sorry. It's the Ukrainian people's country, not your country, Zelenskyy. So it's the Ukrainian people's country. Why should the US and Europe really have serious reaction against the Russians? Because you want them to get in a, as I say, World War III. Maybe nuclear war only in Europe, not in the Middle East. No, in Europe. Not in the United States of America because they have the United States of America. Okay? All right. Let's go to another one, right? Ukraińska Pravda. Russia will remain a threat for as long as Putin leads it. Polish Foreign Minister Sikorski. I would say he's a traitor for the Polish people. I don't think he works for the interest of the Polish people. He is married with Anne Applebaum, I think her name is. Anyway, he is on the Western payroll. Never Mr. Sikorski, right? Radoslav Sikorski has stated that Russia will remain a threat for as long as Putin leads it. So that means the Polish foreign minister, the diplomat, thinks that Russia needs a regime change. So Poland thinks that Russia should have a regime change because Poland says so. Poland, you're way ahead of your skills. But Mr. Sikorski is not working for your interest, my Polish people. We're going to discuss that one. All right, let's see what's going on with this imbecile here. New voice of Ukraine, Zelenskyy. Russia's daily drone barrage are killing diplomacy. And you, stating in power, kills democracy by not allowing elections to be held. United States had elections during the Second World War. You don't. So, Zelenskyy Stein, stop your baboonish things. So these are the articles. So we have the Brits, the French, the European Union, Zelenskyy, the Poles, the Baltic states. I can insert over there if you want, and if you don't, I will insert anyway. The Czech Republic. Who else? Germany. Italy is, I don't know yet. So these are the guys that I think they don't, not the guys, the entities. It front entities for the real interest. So these are just how should I put it? When you hear, let's say you have a singer, let's say Ray Charles. And Ray Charles, you know, Georgia, Georgia. Okay, after he plays that, he has a recording company. The recording company is behind Ray Charles, is all the promotion and all that. He's, you know, he's, how do you call it, the guy who, behind him is a big industry. He's just George, you see, George, oh my God, look at this guy, hit the road, Jack. Okay, thank you very much, Ray Charles. But behind you, that's an industry of advertising, deals made in recording sessions, all these kind of things. You are invited here and there. Without that, your Georgia will be in a bar. That's all is going to hear, your Georgia. Just you, Georgia, Georgia, in a bar. That's it. In a bar, I don't know. Where is he from? I can't even remember. But anyway, Alabama, Louisiana, somewhere. So, or Texas, I can't remember. Doesn't really matter. I like Ray Charles very much. But this is it. The same here. We see all these guys, the Baltic states, Poland, Great Britain, France, Germany. We hear all this, Zelenskyy. These are just Georgia. This is just the guy up front. Behind him, the guys who really make the money are the international banking system, military-industrial complex, and as I always say, the three pillars. The third one is the energy industry. Gas, oil, those guys. And then somewhere on the 25th place is the big pharma, who's going to come together with other companies, other industries to rebuild what the banks are giving them. You got it? And then the military industrial complex, which is the arms manufacturing companies, will make sure that they will provide you with defense, so nothing like this happens again. And all these things built with what? With energy. Got that? Got it. So, I didn't introduce in this one the Russians. And you say, see, Emil, why didn't I introduce the Russians? Well, the big media, as I call them, the operatives, they tell us that Russia invaded Ukraine unprovoked and unjustifiable. If NATO would have stayed where it was in 1991, we wouldn't have been here, most likely. If NATO would have stopped and would not have overthrown the government of Viktor Yanukovych in 2014, with the help of Ukrainian traitors inside Ukraine, we wouldn't have ended up here. Remember, Viktor Yanukovych was democratically elected and he was the legitimate president and his government of Ukraine in 2014, overthrown by the lovers of democracy. And the guys who came instead, they were immediately recognized as the legitimate guys in charge because they put them over there. So that's why I didn't put Russia. Russia wanted to avoid this in 2021, in October, November, December, and in 2022, in January, February. So, all right, now, do they want to continue? Well, I think right now the Russians want to speed up the process of fulfilling all their unjustifiable demands, which are no NATO over there, demilitarization, denazification, and recognition of the territories. That's it. And Ukraine will be a non-state. It's going to pretend it's going to be neutral, but it won't. Why? The Russians remember 1994 Budapest Memorandum, when they were again tricked by the civilized, democratic, capitalist West. That's what happened. All right, my friends, you got it? You got it. If you don't believe me, all these guys that I mentioned here, if they try to even look up to Russia, if United States is not around, they will not dare. They will not dare, but they do because the big lion is over there. And mark my words, I suspect there's a little trick here. Might be an understanding. I don't know. We play good cop, bad cop. Could be that Trump in a few days say, you know what? That's it. We're going to go full force in Russia. Why? Because the interests are also in charge of the United States of America. All right? We'll find out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.